having a great time tonight? That's awesome. I am Kris LaDuc, and I am extremely happy to be here tonight because I'm out celebrating my birthday. Thank you. It was actually several months ago, but it's the big one, so I'm celebrating it all year long. I turned 39 for the 4th time. Yes. So I started looking at myself in the mirror, started seeing the grays coming in. I said to my husband, honey, time to start coloring the hair. He's like, no, honey, don't do that. I like it. It's cute. I just think he doesn't want me to get hit on. I keep telling him it's a fat ass is keeping that from happening. But I think what really makes me feel old is the fact that I have a teenage son. Does anybody here have to deal with teenagers at all? Oh, you do? Aren't they a pain in the ass to discipline? You have to take away the only thing that's important to him, his cell phone. I took my son's cell phone away. He threw a temper tantrum that'll make any 2-year-old proud. He's like, Mom, what happens if someone sends me a text? I said, pick up the house phone, call them, see what they want. But Mom, they're going to think I'm a geek. I'm like, honey, you're on the robotics team. They already think you're a geek. Actually, he went off to college, right? And he changed his majors a few times while I was there. Freshman year, he majored in drinking. Sophomore year, he majored in socializing. And junior year, he majored in flunking out. So he's home now. And I was actually hoping that a year working at McDonald's was going to convince him to get out and get back to school. It's not working. So I decided I needed to motivate him because I'm a good mom, and that's what you're supposed to do. I'm also a tapped mom. So here's how I motivate him. I sent him upstairs to get some aspirin off my nightstand. He comes downstairs, Mom, that's absolutely disgusting. I left the aspirin right next to my hot pink vibrator. A couple of weeks later, he forgot about it. I sent him upstairs to get me a sweatshirt out of the closet. He comes down, Mom, that's even worse. I left the bed restraint still attached. I can't wait for him to forget again because I got the camera and the tripod all set up. Yeah. I do worry about what he did, what he does, because I remember what I did when I was that age, right? So my parents were smart. They sent me to a Catholic all-girls high school. Yes, so I got taught by nuns. But I was also a child of the 80s, so I had Twisted Sister written all over my notebooks. The nuns looked at me and said, we're not going to take it. Yeah. They actually had a jukebox in the cafeteria, so I would walk in, I'd hit 119. Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young. Until the nuns realized it was about losing your virginity. Yeah, jukebox was out the very next day. But actually, 8 days after graduation, I went into the Navy. So I went from nuns to drill instructors. What a relief. First time that drill instructor started yelling at me, I'm like, I started laughing at him. He's like, what's your major malfunction, recruit? I'm like, dude, I just came from nuns. You got nothing. But actually, I'm very proud of my Navy service. I did 2 tours in the Persian Gulf, 1 tour in Desert Shield, 1 tour in Desert Storm. Thank you. I lived in Hawaii for 5 years. I even rode a horse in the outback of Australia. But the thing that I am most proud of is I have been drunk in more countries than most people can name. Actually, when I was trying to decide what military to go into, I wasn't sure. All I knew is I wanted to go in the military, so I started watching the commercials. I wanted to see which ones had the best slogan, and that's why I went into the Navy, because back then it's not just a job, it's an adventure. And their new thing is a global force for good. I mean, that's freaking awesome. Because now you have the Air Force. Well, let's face it, the Air Force doesn't count. They're the country club of the military. Well, you have the Army, right? Be all you can be. To me, that sounded too much like be prepared. and I did not want to go with a bunch of Boy Scouts. Then you have the Marine Corps, the few, the proud. The last time I saw that proud was at a parade in P-Town. Yeah. You guys sports fans? You like football? Baseball? What about NASCAR? Oh, we got one. All right, let me tell you. After I finish telling you this, y'all going to be NASCAR fans. Okay? You go to a Red Sox game. There's no tailgating. Granted, there are a lot of bars around Fenway, but there are no tailgating. You get inside, how much is a beer? $8, right? You go to Gillette Stadium. Tailgating is 4 hours, not bad. You get inside, a beer is like $12. Now you go to a NASCAR race. Tailgating is 7 days. Have you ever seen 20 drunk rednecks coming out of a conversion van after a night of drinking? It ain't a pretty sight. And how much is a beer when you get inside the racetrack? Who the hell knows? You can bring your own beer inside. Now that's a sport. Yeah, I'm going to leave this with you, this last joke with you. The one thing that's great about NASCAR races is they have the best shirts. Absolutely the best shirts. And I saw this shirt, and I got to find out who makes them, and I need to buy a gross of them. It said, I would much rather have a sister that lives in a whorehouse than a brother who's a Yankees fan. All right, thank you very much. That's my time.